Allegations of intimidation and questionable documents are shaking up the Pima County Constable's office in an upcoming election. The News 4 Tucson investigators learning more about a large report sent to county supervisors that has some of them calling for a removal of a constable. Of course, Nylander is live downtown with more on this News 4 Tucson investigation.
Well, Sean, a now former candidate to be the Precinct 8 constable, says he dropped out of the race due to intimidation from the current constable, Deborah Martinez-Garibay, who is also running a campaign. Speaking exclusively with the News 4 Tucson investigators, she tells a much different story, saying she is the one who faced intimidation.
I am here today to speak on the conduct of Constable Martinez-Garibay.
Christopher Toth, a South Tucson police officer who was a candidate running to fill the Precinct 8 seat, told Pima County Supervisors during a meeting in April that he removed himself from the election due to intimidation from Constable Deborah Martinez-Garibay, saying she threatened to have him served with an injunction against harassment.
I asked Ms. Martinez-Garibay, what can I do to stop the service? She replied, you need to withdraw. Although I knew I did nothing wrong, and the order would eventually be dismissed, I was in fear that it would adversely affect my career. Realizing my career is more important, I did as she asked and regrettably withdrew from the election.
If anybody should have been feeling threatened out of the election, it should have been me.
Martinez-Garibay sat down with the News 4 Tucson investigators, claiming Toth paid people to follow her.
I could feel a presence. I could tell that I was being watched. I could tell. And not only that, I didn't have to feel or see anybody. Christopher himself would call me and tell me.
Toth denies that and told us she's just being paranoid. Martinez-Garibay says she still is planning on getting an injunction against Toth. Semi Ahmed had to go to court to get an injunction thrown out against him that he says was wrongfully brought forth by Martinez-Garibay. She claimed he was following and stalking her. Ahmed is legally blind and says he never did anything of the sort and never even met her. A judge dismissed the claim last week.
She was basically trying to use the court system as a weapon.
Martinez-Garibay said she was told by Toth that Ahmed was behind people following her.
I'm only going off of what this other person is telling me. They're saying it's you. You're saying it's him. Either way, it's happening.
I mean, do you feel it's right just based off someone else's hearsay to file an actual injunction against him that required him to take his time, go to court?
So, I agree that those were drastic measures because of the drastic situation that I was in.
Deputy County Administrator Mark Napier investigated Martinez-Garibay, sending a nearly 100-page report to county supervisors last week, finding discrepancies in the documents she filed for her election campaign and the address given of where she lives. She admits she moved from her listed address and has been moving around. She says it's because of fear for her safety.
So it's not fair for them to chase me out and for me to work diligently to reestablish my residency back in the precinct, which I have. So I was only out for a short period of time, to work so hard to get back into my precinct because I'm so dedicated to trying to do the right thing.
And after reading Napier's report and listening to the public concerns brought up during April's meeting, several county supervisors tell me they're very concerned about this. Some even calling for Martinez-Garibay to immediately be removed from her position, pending a much bigger investigation. We have more on that coming up in our full investigation tonight at 10 p.m. Investigating for you, Cora Nylander, News 4 Tucson.